What is going on, everybody? Welcome. Week 14. Playoff time for a lot of you guys. This is where it gets a little important. As you can see, a little bit different of a background we got going on. It's the holiday season. I mean, I got family just like you do, so we got to be on location every once in a while out here in sunny Arizona, visiting some family for the holidays. So, hey, what we're going to do is a little bit different this week. This is going to be my picks. This is going to be Jake's picks for the week. Mac's going to post his own separate videos back there in North Kakalaki, North Carolina. So make sure you check out both videos. We got different takes on some same players, some of the different players. I got to get you guys ready to go for the playoffs, though. So we're going to hit you with some names for the waiver wire. Waiver wire week 14. Even though the playoffs have started, doesn't mean you can't hit the waiver wire. So let's get into some names. First guy I want to talk about, Cameron Brate. We all kind of knew that when Winston was coming back, that Brate was going to start producing again. I mean, he was a tight end one beginning of the season. He was a early season, stud at tight end for a lot of people. If you're a Gronk owner, Gronk going to be suspended for a week. You need a tight end. Cameron Brate's going to be your guy. He had 2 catches, 39 yards, but 2 TDs. And TDs are gold in fantasy. So Cameron Brate back on the tight end one radar. Make sure you're picking up Cameron Brate as quickly as you can, especially if you're a Gronk owner. If you can't get Brate, put in for somebody like ASJ, Austin Seferian-Jenkins. He'll be somebody that can get you by with Gronk out. But make sure you're still setting those lineups. Even if you're not in the championship hunt, play the spoiler. You're still fun and winning. You don't want to lose, right? Losing's horrible. It's not even fun when you lose. So make sure you're still setting your lineups, getting these guys in there. Now, next guy, Jimmy G. We talked about Jimmy G last week, right? A little surprised with how he performed. Wasn't bad. Didn't have any touchdowns. Still had 293 passing yards outside in cold Chicago. And now he gets to go to Houston next week. I mean, for his very first start as a San Francisco 49er, you can't ask for much more. I mean, he doesn't have a whole lot of weapons, but what he does have, he was using, and he looked good. I mean, overall, for given what he has, I mean, you'll take it, right? So if you need a quarterback, if you got Matthew Stafford or Tyrod Taylor or somebody got banged up this week, pick up Jimmy G. I mean, show Jimmy G some love. He deserves it. One of his main targets. Marquise Goodwin is another name you guys need to pay attention for. We kind of talked about him last week, I believe, too. It's somebody who has that big playability, but, I mean, this week he showed it. He had 8 targets, caught all 8 of them for 99 yards. Yes, didn't get a touchdown, but the touchdowns will come. Make sure you're scooping up Marquise Goodwin and Jimmy G. Keep them away from your competitors. Even if you have a solid lineup, these are the type of guys you need to grab to kind of block them from other people. If you got someone on your bench who's not producing, or you just know you're not going to use, pick up the hot hand. You don't want somebody else to pick up the hot hand and use them against you. That would be a horrible way to lose in the playoffs. So yeah, by all means, Jimmy G and Marquise Goodwin, 2 guys that I'm confident will be starting next week if you need be in a pinch. We'll make sure we set out our start-sit videos for each of us. Make sure you guys check those out. But this time of year is where it's crucial. If you got a stud running back, I'm talking to all the Melvin Gordon owners or the Lev Bell owners, somebody like that. This is handcuff season. Grab the handcuffs and hold on to them. You would hate to have a stud running back all year long, and then come to find out week 14, fantasy playoffs, he gets hurt, and you're stuck putting some guy in off the bench who is going to get like 4 touches. Grab these guys. I mean, you got James Conner in Pittsburgh. Grab him. I mean, you would hate to lose Le'Veon Bell now and not have a viable replacement if he goes down. Austin Eckler with the Chargers. Melvin Gordon gets a ton of work. Pick up Eckler. His workload would absolutely become huge if something happens to Gordon. Chris Ivory in Jacksonville. Fournette's a little injury prone. He's been injured a little bit here lately. Pick up Chris Ivory just in case. You never know if you're going to need him. And if something happens to Fournette and you don't have Chris Ivory sitting there, you're scrambling. And that's not what you want to do come playoff time. Aaron Jones is another one. Just came back for Green Bay this week. Coming back from sprained MCL, he's touching the ball. There's no guarantee that is Jamal Williams' job. And if Aaron Rodgers does come back, which, if I had to guess, I'd say he probably doesn't, because I don't think Green Bay's really going to be a part of it here come end of the season, and why risk it? But if he does, Aaron Jones was, a top 12 to 15 back with Aaron Rodgers. Why would they not go back to that if he, actually returns? Rod Smith, somebody else in Dallas. Dallas's offensive line all of a sudden looked like they remembered how to play football. Against the Redskins, they were blocking. Alfred Morris looked like Zeke Elliott. And that would be Rod Smith, if something were to come happen to Alfred Morris. So make sure you're picking up all these top handcuffs. Look at your roster. If you got somebody that you can handcuff, just do it. Depth is not as important in the playoffs, fantasy playoffs, because you want to make sure you have that solid starting lineup. So you can kind of afford to have these roster spots taken up by handcuffs, if that makes any sense. But by all means, handcuff season is here. Fantasy playoffs are here. Hope you guys are, getting ready to take home the ship this year. Looking forward to helping you guys all out. Like I said, a little bit different setup we got going on. A little bit shorter videos, just trying to get you guys the information. I mean, I take vacations too, right? I'm a fantasy guy, but I got to visit my family also. I got commitments. So make sure you guys liking the video, commenting on the video, asking whatever questions you got. I'll help you out all week. Just because I'm on vacation don't mean I'm not going to be working. So make sure you're asking the questions. Look for Mac's videos. Mac's going to be coming out with his set of waiver wire pickups, as well as his start sits for all the different positions. He may actually do them live. See, I ain't got to that point yet. I still got to record these and look at them. Make sure the background looks good. I mean, we've got a lake back there, some mountains. A little bit different than North Carolina. Got some palm trees. No palm trees in North Carolina. Got some palm trees back there. But hey, like I said, I appreciate you guys watching. If you guys got any questions, comments, make sure you're hitting that like button, supporting us, and cannot wait to help you guys move a little bit farther there in the fantasy playoffs. And like I said, if you're out of it, don't give up. Well, we'll help you play the spoiler the rest of the year. Hope you guys have a good rest of your week. We'll talk to you later. Thanks. Bye.